Hello everyone, Rene Brent here from Rene Brent Hypnosis, coming to you on my Friday Facebook Lives and just wondering how everyone's doing, moving through this quarantine and COVID-19. Hello Melissa, so glad you joined me again. You're becoming a regular, I love it. I love it. So hello everyone. How's everyone doing? Just let me know. Good. I got my regulars here. I love that. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about boredom and how it affects us. And good. And how boredom affects us in our life and even during this quarantine. So thumbs up, thumbs down, heart. How many of you are a little bit bored in these last 5 weeks? I know this is my 5th Facebook Live, I think, I've started. I'm enjoying them. I hope you are too. I realized today that I get a little nervous. Each time I do it, I like to plan. I like to make sure that I have something new and interesting to talk to all of you about. But I get a little bit of, I don't like to call it anxiety because I'm not an anxious person. Let's just call it excitement. But there's a real wanting and willingness to do great. So if there's something you need today, as always, just plug it in the comment thing and let me know what you want to work on. And I was really thinking about boredom and how it affects people. Now, as a hypnotherapist, I often, when someone comes in and they want to release weight, or the Iris said she sometimes feels bored, yes. A trigger for people for behaviors that they want to change or patterns. If I'm helping someone to release weight or to drink less or eat less or whatever less when they're overing, we've talked about overing before. When you're overdoing something, your mind is sending you to some kind of behavior to help you feel better. And it's really the mind trying to help you the best way it can. And if you're used to drinking or eating or doing something like this, that's going to help you, that'll do it. But a trigger for those activities of smoking or even anger, honestly, for some of my clients is boredom. So I thought, wow, hi Robin. I thought, let's talk about boredom and what it affects our adult minds, but also our children. If you have children at home, I see the people here. I don't know if you have young children at home, but they often say, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored. And the parents that I'm working with right now through COVID-19 is really challenged by trying to keep their kids busy. It helps a little bit that school's back in session a little bit, but they're still bored. They're bored with school. So what do we do when we're bored and what's happening with our mind? Now, children, when they say they're bored, you want to ask, what do you mean by bored? Because bored for children and for adults, partners, can mean code word for sad or feeling hopeless or feeling frustration. So you want to, when someone says they're bored, or even ask yourself when you say, oh, I'm so bored, what does that really mean for you? It's very important to not let ourselves or others get away with words like bored, because it means that the mind is not comfortable with the quiet. And if you've been following me these last, through the quarantine, you understand that we build our lives based on chaos, and we base our lives based on noise around us or being very busy or very structured. And if you're in the position where you're at home now, you don't have that. So the mind is quiet and we're not used to it. So it doesn't, when the mind is quiet, now it wants to create something new. And when the mind is quiet, we hear our truth come up. And some of us don't want to hear the noise in our own brain about ourselves, about our lives, about our past. And that gets very uncomfortable. So if you're bored, it may be a trigger for you to over something, to over drink, overeat, over whatever. And not everyone's doing that. I'm not saying everyone's doing this dysfunctional. And boredom is not necessarily a bad thing. Boredom can move to some creativity. Boredom can move to developing new ideas. The mind loves novelty. The mind craves something new. So one thing, I worked with a family recently who was really, they were struggling, and the kids were really in their boredom moving towards anger and fighting with each other. If you're bored and you find yourself picking at something or someone, you're just looking for a distraction. So there are ways to be able to manage that without a dysfunctional, what I call maladaptive behaviors, to do that. But one thing that that the family we came up with was novelty. I know that the mind likes novelty. Children like novelty. That's why they like trying new things. And all they did was, at each meal that they had together, they tried to, everyone had to eat with an opposite, their other hand. If they were right-handed, they had to eat with their left hand. And they had to pick everything up with their left hand. And it got to be quite funny because, of course, no one really eats that well with their opposite hand, and it can be quite hilarious. So they had a great time. I got a little text from them, and they said it was a great idea, and they had something to look forward to. And then the next day, everybody was going to be speaking all day long in a different language. So they got to choose their accent that they wanted to, Irish, French, and they all had to stick with it. And I can't wait to hear back how that went. Now, I don't know about you, but accents, for me, I start with one accent and it always ends up to Swedish. Like I said, I could start with French and then it always ends up in the Swedish. And it's quite funny when I do that. So find new ways for you to find novelty and keep yourself interested. And it could be as simple as just changing the route of your path that you walk in the morning. Instead of going left, go right. The mind likes novelty, and you'll see something new. You'll even see things from a different angle. If you're walking on one side of the road, go to the other side of the road. But we want to help prevent ourselves from being bored. Now, boredom can move to creativity, and that's okay. Don't always rush in with people and solve their boredom issues, because they're not capable of developing or have the opportunity to develop something new for themselves. And when the mind is quiet, it's hard, but it's a good opportunity to see what you're filtering through, what your truth is. That inner critic, what's it talking to you? What's it saying to you? Because that's what you're filtering through, even if you're not aware of it. It's just a little bit quieter now, and we get to hear it. Now, some research around boredom is that people who tend to move towards boredom tend to move quickly towards some kind of behavior that stops them. So they can be more high risk for addictive behaviors. I see that a lot in my practice with addicts, is that boredom is a trigger. So one thing that you can do is have a list if you feel yourself getting restless, because boredom can move to feeling restless, and restlessness can feel to feelings, physical feelings like heaviness or feeling like I'm missing out on something. And this can lead to the feeling of anxiousness. If that's your word that you use, you can start to acknowledge that as anxiety, right? And then once you start feeling that, then it's off to the races, because you're having all this chemistry that's going. And research shows that people who tend to move towards boredom and then maladaptive or addictive behaviors tend to have less dopamine in their body. And when, dopamines are feel good, and there's a lot of natural ways. I'm going to give you a few. If you find that you move towards boredom and you want to create something different, feeling better in a new way, you want to reach for novelty, find something new to do. And you also want to perhaps do some of these things. So, of course, we all know it, and I'm talking about the word exercise. I don't really use the word exercise in my practice with my clients because it can be seen as a negative word. I particularly like to move my body. When I move my body, whether it's walking or working out with a trainer or dancing, I am moving my body because I know the chemistry that I'm getting from that feels really good. So move your body and get some natural chemical going in, and you naturally build up your dopamine. The other thing is sleep. We've talked about sleep in previous weeks, but I want to review that because the first thing I do with any of my clients, especially those who are moving towards some maladaptive behaviors or patterns, is I have my clients sleep. I could run my entire practice out being just helping people sleep, because it leads to all the other things. So if I just advertise that I'm a sleep specialist and I help people sleep, I'd be very, very busy and I could charge a lot of money for it. But I don't specialize in sleep because everything else goes to sleep. So one of the first things that I do is help people sleep. And if you all day are pushing down all your crap and trying to pretend like everything's okay, and you try to go to sleep, but you've ignored your truth, you've ignored your body, you haven't listened to your body, you haven't taken care of yourself all day, I promise you, when you put your head on a pillow, if you're not listening during the day, your subconscious mind is going to talk to you while you sleep, while you're either trying to go to sleep. And you could ask yourself, do you have problems going to sleep, or do you have problems waking up about 2 or 3 in the morning? Now, if you're having problems going to sleep, generally speaking, hello, Ashley and Becky and Bernice, love to see you guys here. If you're having a hard time going to sleep, generally speaking, right, you have some concerns about your past. If you're waking up about 2 or 3 in the morning, and by the way, which is your natural circadian rhythm of your chemistry of your body, is we wake up about 2 or 3 in the morning. We have this kind of natural sleep cycle where we wake up. That's chemical. That's our sleep cycles naturally. We get this from way, way back, our ancestors who, by the way, had to wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning to stoke the fire to stay alive. And perhaps people woke up, made sure everyone was okay. Maybe they had to drink of water and everybody went back to sleep because survival was their priority and they knew they had to sleep. When we wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning now, we're worried about all the things in the future. And a lot of people are waking up about 2 or 3 in the morning right now. I'm really finding that with my clients because they have concerns about the future. They have worries that are coming in around the future. And then once we get up to go to the bathroom and get a drink of water, it starts spinning. And if you're not listening to those through the day, you are going to be getting up in the middle of the night. So one of the best first tips that I give my people who aren't sleeping, right, is to pay attention during the day. Try to naturally increase your dopamine and during the day, moving your body, trying novelty, doing something interesting or fun, you know, make something different out of my daughter in Israel, she just made these planters out of these laundry, the plastic laundry. They cut the thing off of it and they made planters. And they planted seeds and they're doing this garden and they painted it. It was very interesting. Something new out of something different that you wouldn't expect. Very good for the mind. So in order to sleep, so pay attention during the day. Now, there's a mental law called the law of reversed effect. The harder you try consciously with effort, I got to do this. What is that? The farther your unconscious mind moves away from you. And it's not helping, and you need it. It's the part that consolidates all your memories and brings everything up and allows you to problem solve. So if you're not using that, it's going to be very hard for you to make change, to problem solve. So stop trying so hard to sleep. If there's something going in your brain, what I do is I either get on my phone or note some of my great ideas and really insights come when I've gone up to the bathroom and I'm just laying in bed in that relaxed state. Then I get ideas. So it's like, okay, I don't suppress it. I write it down on a piece of paper. And then I tell my unconscious mind, please let me build on this and let me problem solve with this and let me sleep. And then I put it down. Now you're in charge of your unconscious mind. It's not in charge of you. So please write it down and then just ask it, but don't try too hard. If you're worried about sleeping about 7 or 8, and I know you're out there and you're probably giggling to yourself, you say, oh, I hope I sleep tonight. What if I don't sleep tonight? I hope better sleep tonight. Oh, I'm gonna be so tired tomorrow if I don't sleep. When you do that, now you're consciously working and your unconscious mind is not going to be there to help you. It needs to quiet down. It's the one that needs to go into a natural change in a brainwave. So pay attention during the day, breathe through, trust that you're going to sleep as much as you need, and go to sleep. Now, write things down if you need to. But if you're trying too hard, reverse effect, the unconscious mind's going no way. It's like when you trying to remember someone's name and you just can't get it. It's on the tip of your tongue. When you say on the tip of the tongue, it means that I'm trying too hard and my unconscious mind is not involved in this scenario. So when you just stop, what happens? The name just pops right in again, right? Least you're expecting. That's because your unconscious mind is involved in that. So sleep, sleep. If you're not sleeping, again, I've said it before, please go to practicehappynow.com and just put your email in there and you'll get a free sleep recording there for you. And sleep is just a natural change in a brainwave. And as you're going through a natural change in that brainwave, you are going through alpha or theta brainwave, which, by the way, is when you relax and you have more access to your unconscious mind. So you are programmable in this state. So more easily programmable. So when your arms are relaxed and your eyes are closed, take that time to ask your unconscious mind, please let me sleep through the night. If I get up, let my mind stay quiet. Know that you can find solutions while I sleep, or I'll be have more energy and more focused in the morning to find solutions to anything that I need. Start being the boss of your unconscious mind. When you do that, life gets so much easier. I see it every day with my clients. I have a front row seat to people understanding you can be the boss of behaviors and feelings. Not by suppressing them, by acknowledging them, accepting them. Thank you for that awareness, but I'm the boss and we're doing it differently now. Whew. And this quietness, this boredom that we're feeling is the perfect opportunity for you to take advantage of that, to get into the driver's seat and be the boss. You don't need me as a hypnotherapist. I guide people, but you can do that on your own. You just have to know how to do it. You just have to know. I tell people I'm a professional garage door opener. All I do is help people feel safe enough to open that garage, and you go in and I just hold the flashlight and you decide what you want to keep and what you want to let go of and what you want to shift and change. Because when that's clean and you feel comfortable going in and out of your garage, life gets a lot easier. And I promise you, you will sleep. And your ability to counteract boredom or maladaptive behavior secondary to that is incredible. So be your own boss. If you're not comfortable doing it on your own, then see a professional. See someone like me, or see someone who does the kind of work that I do, whatever. This is not promoting me, but be there for yourself and be your own boss. And know that you can sleep. By the way, when you're coming out of sleep in the morning, and if you listen to your subconscious, you will sleep through the night, I promise you. I help people all the time get off Ambien and blah, blah, blah. And, if that's all you can do to sleep, I'm not judging anybody. Do it because you need to sleep. But you can do it naturally. So when you're coming out of sleep in the morning and your eyes are closed and your arms are relaxed, you guess what? You're in hypnosis. You're in a meditative state. Again, hypnosis is only meditation with a goal. It's really just your access and easier access to your unconscious mind. Now you're programmable in the morning. So for you people who are bored or trying to counteract some of this negative feelings that you're feeling, take the time each morning before you open your eyes and be the boss. Tell your subconscious mind, this is what we're doing today. I'm going to find new ways to do things. If I'm in a quiet space, I'm going to enjoy the quiet, and I'm going to allow my unconscious mind to speak to me and tell me about how to move forward so we can problem solve in a calm, focused way. Remember, you want to move from being a worrier to a planner. A worrier to a planner. If you're bored, it can elevate you into feeling anxious, and then that's when the worrier shows up. I'm so excited about my new book that's coming out soon called Breaking the Worry Agreement. And I'm so excited about it. I'm going to have a chapter coming out called When the World Worries. That's going to be coming out. Look for that. But I'm really excited about helping people move from worrier to planning. You really, when you do that, you have access to your unconscious mind. So in the morning, one way to do that is when your eyes are closed and you're in that programmable state, then you talk to your unconscious mind. Listen, today, we're going to enjoy the quiet. I'm working today. I really wish I was home. The rain in Florida is it's so beautiful, and I love the sound of the raindrops. This is when I just really enjoy the quiet, right? But if you enjoy the quiet and you do more meditation, you are also increasing your dopamine receptors to counteract some boredom. So be your own programmer in the morning. You don't need a guided meditation. You don't need me to tell you how to feel and think. You know how you want your day to go. So start programming yourself every morning before you open your eyes. And now what you do is before you even put your feet on the ground, you've inserted a new way of thinking. Because if you don't, what I tell my clients every day is now you're in an emotional Groundhog's Day. And now before you even get to the bathroom, you're inserting the same crap. You're looking through the same lens of past regrets and worries, and nothing's different. So if you want things to be different, novel, one of the things to do is really get in the driver's seat. Does everyone understand that? Awesome. Any questions, again, just put it in there. I'm loving chatting with all of you guys. Now, so dopamine receptors, I want you to exercise. Let's call it move your body. Listen, you don't have to do TikTok to dance in your living room, you know. I had to show my partner David what TikTok was. It's so funny when you get over 55 and you're just like, what the hell? And it's very funny. You don't have to do a routine. Put on some music, sing, dance, listen, play an instrument. When I come home and David's playing the guitar, it just makes my heart so happy, because I know that he's in a really nice space. If I need to blow off some steam, I literally play my Indian flutes. I have about 3 of them, and in different keys. And I have to tell you, I've been playing for a while. I kind of suck at it, but I like it. I like just moving my fingers and, you know, and just playing and just creating music or listening to it. Music, 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 dancing, dancing, dancing. Listen to music and dancing. Guess what you've done? You've double fold now. You're increasing your dopamine receptors. Meditation. Meditation is really such an incredible way I don't do it just because that's what I teach and that's what I work in and that's what I do. I believe in it, and I've seen it change people's life. I have seen going into a 5-minute meditation, meditating in the morning before you open your eyes, you're in a natural state, using that through the day, using some of the techniques that I taught people, which is that alpha sequence that I learned from John Overdorf, which is relax your tongue, slows down the medicine. Let's try that together. I know I have some new people here. Let's practice the alpha sequence again, which naturally takes you into an alpha brainwave. So if you relax go ahead and close your eyes. Again, not if you're driving, please, or you're listening somewhere where you could fall off and hurt yourself. Relax close your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue. When you relax your tongue, you're slowing down the language centers in your brain. And that internal dialogue, I talked a lot about the inner critic. If you've missed any of my videos, you can go to my YouTube channel, Rene, Brent, Hypnosis, and check them out. I got all these techniques there. So relax your tongue. You're slowing down the message center. Relax your jaw, just even if it feels like you're dropping it down. And you have a full breath in. Really get a lot of oxygen, and a slow, long exhale down all the way to the bottom of your breath. It feels a little bit uncomfortable when you're first learning to do this. Slow inhale, long, slow exhale down. Now, there's a vagus nerve that runs your cranial nerve number 10 down through this area here. So when you relax your jaw, you're relaxing the tension. And you're given a different signal to your nervous system, which is relax, rest, digest. We don't have to be fight or flight. Sometimes you're looking for that chemistry of fight or flight when you're bored because you want to hit. That chemistry is very addicting. But when you want to relax, slow things down, relax your tongue, your jaw, breathe. Exhale. It really is that simple. If you do that through the day, can you see how your dopamine receptors are going to go up? You're going to feel more dopamine. You're going to feel a little bit elevated or a little bit naturally in neutral rather than down, negative. Be your own boss of your mind and your body. And there is so much research in science. This is not woo-woo. This is not a wish. Your thoughts absolutely 100% connect to your physical body. Chemistry, we were all in a fight for chemistry, positive or negative. We're all neurons, electrical impulses, and we're all chemicals. And the brain activates them. That's why you breathe on your own, and you know you exchange oxygen without even knowing it. The brain is responsible, our mind is responsible for our body. If you start being the driver of your own thoughts, you absolutely can control your physical reactions and your boredom and your negativity and your anxiety and your addictive behaviors or maladaptive of overing of anything that you're doing right now. So be mindful of what you're saying to yourself. Now, I have, let me see, something else that I really like that I wanted to show you guys this week is this. It's called Heart Math. And if you don't know what Heart Math is, they've been doing research for many years. And it's really about coherence of the heart, which, by the way, is our second largest brain. We have neuron clusters. They used to think our brain, and we just had those neuron receptors and clusters in our brain, but we actually have in our heart and in our gut. So we have three brains: our heart, our head, our head, our heart, and our gut. When you do the alpha sequence and you're relaxing everything, that vagus nerve, guess where it runs? It runs from our brain down to our heart and our gut. So you're the master of your vagus nerve. You're the master of all three brains if you learn to relax and meditate. But this is a great way if you have a hard time slowing things down. Heart Math, it's great about coherence, and you can get it. There's a little clip that you put on your ear, and it measures your heart rate and your breath, and there's an app that goes with it, and you can do some just breathing with this app, and it slows everything down if you have a hard time doing it on your own. I really like Heart Math. I give that to, it's like $150. You can go to heartmath.com. I'm not getting anything from it. I know it works. My teens seem to like that because it's an app and it tells you how long you're doing and how long you're in coherence. So it's very measurable. So if you're a person that needs, likes to measure things, heartmath.com, and you can get the little clip for your ear, the Bluetooth thing, and it's fantastic. I love it, and I do it about 3 or 4 times a week. I like it doing that. But that alpha sequence, I do it all day long. I love going into that space of that. So do that to Heart Math, and just be curious in your life. Be curious about trying new things, and be curious about what your real thoughts are. I want to read something to you, and then we're going to go into a really fun meditation here in a few minutes. This is something I wrote a while back, which is, what is your story and how does it keep you stuck? So this is about what you're filtering through all the time and gaining awareness of that, what's running in your unconscious mind. When you're bored, we're afraid of what we're hearing. But when you lean into it and you acknowledge your truth, what's the I am story? What are your beliefs about yourself? What perceptions are you filtering through every day? Then you can make change. So this is just a food for thought, which is, today we run our lives in accordance with the stories we tell ourselves, often subconsciously. These stories have an impact on almost everything that we do. We filter through this. They run our lives, they run our society, they even run our culture. So we need to look very closely at the stories we have been taught and the stories we continuously tell ourselves. Because what you're telling yourselves, what is affecting your mind. Research shows if you tell yourself, oh, genetically, I have diabetes. I'm going to have diabetes. Everybody in my family had diabetes by the time they were 40. Guess what you've just done? You've told yourself, oh, receptors, get ready for diabetes. And I guarantee you when you're 40, you'll get diabetes. This is called epigenetics. how we think changes the receptors in our body. And it effectively affects us, sorry about that, particularly as to why we can or can't do something. Our stories that we tell ourselves again and again reinforce our beliefs, our negative beliefs often. And beliefs actually affect our biology. Dr. Bruce Lipton, if you don't know him, he has a book called The Biology of the Belief. He's an incredible cellular biologist. He explains how beliefs actually impact the expressions of our genes. So if we really want to make a change, if you want to be the boss, if you want to be the driver, we need to look at how our stories are influencing our mind and our bodies. If you look at the story and you tell yourself around your body, what you're telling yourself around your physical body, you'll gain insight into why your body is acting the way it is. Salman Rushdie said, "Those who do not have the power over the story that dominates their life, the power to retell, to rethink, to deconstruct it, to joke about it or change it in times like now during our challenge, than during this pause of COVID, if you can't do that, you truly are powerless, because you cannot think new thoughts. And the mind likes new thoughts. What if something novel to correct the boredom is you just started paying attention to your physical body and your story? Imagine the change that can happen as you come through this. This is so profound, because what he is saying here is that being able to retell and to rethink your story is crucial if you want change to happen. I did a quote for a women's group that said, "Change happens when you allow acceptance to walk through the door. And the only way to accept is to listen to your story, to go within, allow boredom to help you, think new, to retell your story." Two of the most powerful words in the entire universe are, "I am." That is basically our way of reaffirming who we are. It is. It could be, "I am powerful. I am athletic. I am capable of moving through this challenge of COVID." Or it can be, "Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not capable of managing this." Listen to the story you're telling yourself, especially now as we're moving through this quiet. Tell yourself what you're telling about your family or your genetics. Or, "I'm not confident because the struggle I have been through." No, everything that you've been through should be evidence that you can get through this too. Everything. Look at the truth of this, the evidence that all of you are so capable of moving through this. Woo, I'm just like on fire today. I am like pumped up about this. So in order to make change, in order to counteract the boredom, is what is my I am story? What are you telling yourself? And be brave enough and know that you can do it, is to spend time with quiet, embrace the boredom, lean into it, and hear what you're saying. And if you have people in your family, ask them what boredom means to them and how to move through that and increase your natural dopamine receptors. Awesome. I want to move into a really fun meditation if everyone's good with that. Hi, coming in. Perfect timing, Gail, to join. We're going to do a meditation right now. And you can listen, and this is all going to be in recording. So I'm going to encourage all of you, please, if you have any questions, you can message me. You can set up a 15-minute phone call with me on Rene Brent Hypnosis.com schedule button, and push a 15-minute phone call if you want help. I am doing special 1-hour sessions right now called Strive to Thrive. I'd be happy to help anybody find some techniques and move through. And again, all of my recordings from all of this has been so much fun to do, is on YouTube channel, Rene Brent Hypnosis. Subscribe and you'll get the updates. And let's go into meditation. So let me tell you, remember, when you go into a meditation, your conscious mind's still going to be there. It's like a teeter-totter, right? You're accessing a relaxed feeling, but you may have thoughts. And especially if you are uncomfortable with boredom or quiet, right? Then your mind may be very busy, but you can retrain your brain to quiet down and really enjoy it and trust what comes up for you. And remember, you can handle. Your mind's not going to take you anywhere you don't want to go. So if the mind's busy, just ask it to wait next to you while you do this. So I'm going to take all of you to meet your future self. Future self past COVID, years past, being the boss, really knowing your I am story and be in charge of that. I'm going to take you to meet your future self, and it's a lot of fun. So just sit back, get comfortable, let's relax, and let's go meet our future self. Good. Everyone just close your eyes, relax, breathe. Just exhale. Let's just clear the conversation. And let's just get into a nice state. Trust where your mind takes you today. Again, everything is just what I call a pencil sketch. If I have you meet your future self, or I have you running down a pathway and you're somewhere else, go for it. Your mind will show you what you need to do. Just enjoy the quiet of the mind even, or the body. Eyes closed, good. Now I want you to just open your eyes, find a spot high on the ceiling or the wall. And as you're staring at that spot, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, think to yourself, relax now. Remembering you're relaxing your tongue, your jaw, being your own inner hypnotist, staring at that spot, big breath in. Exhale and relax now. Good. Everything quieting down. Be patient with yourself. Breath in. Exhale. You're quieting things down. You're getting a little grab of some dopamine. Awesome job. Good. Now, as you're staring at that spot, I'm going to count from 5 down to 1. And when I get to 1, you'll just close your eyes. Relax. Begin to let go. 5, fixating all your gaze. 4, staying there. 3, feeling your eyes getting heavy and droopy. Drowsy, but keeping them open no matter how heavy they get. 2, big breath in. And 1, exhale. Close your eyes. Relax. Begin to let go. Put all your attention on your eyelids. Make them so very heavy and so relaxed. They feel as if they just do not want to work. Imagine that for now those eyelids are so heavy that you just can't be bothered with opening them. If you'd like to go even deeper, you can pretend. Simply pretend if you try to open your eyes, you find they just do not want to work. When you're convinced they're comfortably closed down, you can stop trying. Relax your eyelids. Send a wave of relaxation down through your whole body, relaxing head to toe and skin to bones. Good. Now this is just the beginning of your relaxation, and we're going to deepen it so much more. So with your eyes closed, comfortable, I'm going to, in just a moment, have you open and then close your eyes. And as you do, this is going to be your signal to double your level of relaxation, to go twice as deep. Eyes open very briefly, close them back down nice and heavy, and double your level of relaxation. Go twice as deep within. In just a moment, you'll be doing that again. Your eyes will open and then they'll close, and you will go twice as deep. Eyes open very briefly, close them back down. Nice and heavy, and double your level of relaxation. Go twice as deep within. Now, one last time, we're going to do that again. And you're going to see how powerful this is for you as you open and close your eyes, knowing you will go twice as deep. Eyes open very briefly, close them back down nice and heavy, and double your level of relaxation. As your eyes are closed, your tongue and jaw are relaxed, and you're breathing naturally. I am going to count from 10 down to 1. With each descending number that you hear, you will relax even more. You can count along or listen to my words, but know with each number that you hear, you will go twice as deep. And by the time we get to that number 1, be far more deeply relaxed. As your body relaxes, your mind relaxes, and thoughts will slow down. 10, going deeper, deeper, and deeper relaxed. 9, down, down, down. Permission just to let go. Things will settle down. 8, 7, deeper, deeper, and deeper with every sound, with every breath. 6, relax, relax, relax. It's okay. Everything can wait. Permission just to be there. 5 and 4, deeper now. Deeper and deeper relaxed. If there's any part of your body or mind that's coming in and distracting you, just ask it to just set aside, give you the space now at 4, 3, more relaxed, more relaxed, more relaxed. 2, down, 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 letting go. Good job. And 1, deeper and deeper, deeper relaxed. And now, to help your mind and body relax even more in the space you find yourself in, I want you to imagine that you're just feel the warmth, perhaps, of the sun in a comfortable space. Just allow that warm energy to just relax your body one part at a time. And then as you do this relaxation, you're going to relax one body part at a time, allowing every nerve, everything in your body to settle down. Permission here now to relax. Feel, imagine that sun or that energy shining into your face and your forehead and your eyes and behind your eyes. Imagine that it just soaks into your mind and your brain and any part that's firing right now. Just ask it to just settle down. Imagine it just soothes and comforts it. It's okay. Permission to relax. Your mind and your body will help you with this. It's so important for health and wellness and self-care. Allow it to move down into your jaw and your tongue, your throat, down, relaxing. Have this energy move down with your eyes closed now into your shoulders, releasing any tension or stress. Down into your arms and your elbows, your forearms, hands, and fingertips. And I want you to imagine or sense or think about or have the intention that you've just opened up the ends of your fingers and this energy can just move through your brain, down your body, and out your fingers. And right in the space you find yourself in, imagine that you could just let go of any patterns, beliefs, perceptions, the I am story that's not serving you. Imagine you just let it go, flow out. Let your mind help you do this. It is a beautiful way to help you. You don't have to control this. Even if you feel like you're making it up, just allow it to flow. Everything will respond. As it flows, letting go of any blocks you may or may not be aware of. Now that can continue as this energy, with every breath, imagine it moving in and out of your heart. This is coherence. This helps your heart settle down. Good. And just allow it to move through with every inhale and every exhale. Opening your heart to trust. Trust that you can be the boss of your story, that you're not going to react to boredom. You're going to understand it's an opportunity to understand and lean into emotions and acceptance. Let it flow in and out, releasing anything that's in the way of you trusting yourself, of you seeing your truth, knowing you are capable, that you are strong. Let that energy continue to move through there now, move through your spine, your upper, middle, and lower back, every muscle, nerve, and fiber, just relaxing, releasing, and letting go. Every breath now, moving to all your internal organs. If there's any part of your body that needs attention, just let it move through, helping you bring balance. We're not always going to feel joyful, but we can go into neutral. You can be the boss of that. Let that continue down your hips and your legs, your knees, behind your knees. Relaxing, releasing any tension. Good. Down your toes. Imagining opening up your toes. And let that river flow from the top of your head, out your fingers, down through your entire body and out your toes. This is a great time to just let and clear any energy, like a river moving through. Anything that's in your way, that's keeping you up, that's preventing you from taking care of yourself. Just let it go. Just allow. Be the observer. There's not a wrong or right way to do this. Just allow it to flow through. And that will continue through today and tomorrow. Now imagine that energy coming into your fingers, closing off your fingers, coming into your toes, closing off your toes, and let it go right to your heart center. You can feel that expansion and that openness right in your heart. And imagine from there it comes up and around you and puts you in a beautiful bubble, and make it a color that feels very safe. Go ahead, do it. Try something novel. Be curious about this. And imagine that bubble is going to carry you off on a journey, a safe journey. And I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And you're going to even imagine as you're lifting and rising, safe and secure. 1, imagine this bubble's lifting you. 2, sense it, see it, feel it, have the intention. Safe and secure. And 3, imagine in this velvety darkness, you're just moving through space and time. Your mind will help you. And you're going to future. Imagine if you're even moving and you could see below you moving past this whole COVID, this quarantine. See yourself moving into new possibilities and being the driver. And in the future, I'm going to count 3 to 1, and you're going to imagine or sense that you're dropping in to a beautiful space in your future. 3, descending comfortably, safely. 2, trusting, curious, and 1, dropping down, feeling your feet on the ground. And imagine with every breath you start to see the scene clearly, a beautiful path. On this path, I want you to start walking, and every step takes you deeper into the scene. Perhaps you can see trees. Maybe it's fall. Maybe they're green. Notice the color of the sky. Maybe there's incredible white fluffy clouds in the sky, or maybe it's just blue. Perhaps you feel that warmth still that was moving through your body. You feel it on your skin. With every breath, you can smell this beautiful fresh air and listen. Listen perhaps to birds, the swaying of the trees, and a slight breeze that you feel on your skin. Or you can hear a stream in the distance, or you see it. Be there to see what you see, to feel what you feel, and to hear what you hear. Trust what comes up for you. And you start walking, curious. And the path goes a little to the left and perhaps a little to the right. But you're excited about what's coming forth for you. Curious. And in the path ahead, you see someone that looks familiar. Notice he or she standing there. And as you begin to approach, you see that this is your future self. I want you to notice not so much the age, but notice the way your future self is standing with confidence, with wisdom, with clarity. You can see how they're dressed, but notice their inner self as you approach your future self. And as you stand before your future self, you look into their eyes and they grab your hands and you feel that they feel very real as you connect. And in those eyes, there's a smile, but perhaps a hint of sadness. And future selves says to you in a way without verbalizing, I see you. I've been waiting for you. And I know that you've had challenges, and I know that you've had hurts, but I'm here for you. I've been waiting for you to let you know that you're not that story, that you're so much more. You're not that situation. You're not the quarantine. You're not financial stresses. You're so much more. And I'm here to tell you that there's incredible things waiting for you. And I want you to hear me and see in that eyes of your future self the wisdom, the unconditional love and acceptance. A wisdom that knows that you're okay, that you're more than okay, that you're amazing, and that you can trust yourself because you don't know what's around the path. So as I'm silent, I want you to take this opportunity to ask your future self any words of wisdom that you need, any words of advice or clarity. And as I'm silent, imagine asking your future self and listen to what you hear back. Trust what comes back for you. Listen, breathe, trust. Trust what comes up for you and the answers you get. Not a wrong or right way to do this. And listen to the words of wisdom, your future self, who knows you, knows your truth. Allow that to come forward. And you can always return to meet your future self who knows your path, who knows your strength, who gives you permission to let go of anything that you're dragging forth, that story. You're not that. You're so much more and so capable. And there's such evidence that you can move through whatever comes your way. Now, future self has a gift for you. Is holding a box of something very special, a gift for you to carry with you. Now, you can notice if this is a glass box or a metal box, a wooden box, with something special for you, specific for you and your life as you move forward. Even just to manage to get through this challenge that we're experiencing as an earth, as the world. But before you see what's in the box, you have the opportunity to hand your future self something that's holding you back from really understanding your greatness, from feeling confident knowing that your best is good enough. Imagine that you can just hand it over right now as I'm silent to your future self to take from you. Trust what comes up for you. Go ahead. Trust your reaction to this. Perhaps you feel that shift in your body, maybe a little lightness, maybe a little openness. Maybe there's emotion that you might translate as sadness, but it's not sadness, it's relief. Let it go, permission. And now, future self is going to open the box at 3, and there's going to be a special gift, and maybe a word or symbol, something that you can carry with to remind you through any challenge that you got this. 1, it's opening the box. 2, you notice what's in there. And 3, It may be a word or a symbol. And if you don't see anything in there, know that your unconscious mind knows what's there to help you. Maybe it's just a relief of openness and understanding and awareness. Go ahead, take it, and know that you get to carry with you. And you'll remember your future self with the wisdom, with the understanding, with permission to move forward in a different way, to be the boss, to change your I am story. Before you come back to this time period, this body, I want you to take one last few seconds to just exchange anything else you need with your future self. But know that you're always going to be able to hear future self within to remind you of your truth. With confidence and high self-esteem, you'll be able to move forward. And you can always return. When I count from 1 to 5, you'll come right back here to this body, to this time, but you'll know something's different. It's not as it was. You're the boss. You're making a choice every day to be in the driver's seat, to change. And change through acceptance of yourself as where you are, permission to leave that there and move forward in a new way. 1, coming back more and more the sound of my voice. 2, clear-headed about your ability to move forward, to go step by step, to move through neutral in all these challenges, but come out on the other side, someone who is aware, who's capable, confident, and secure. 3, rested and refreshed. You'll remember this entire session. Feel this connection whenever you choose. 4, beautiful energy coming through like a cool breeze flash over your face. And when you're ready on number 5, eyes open, back here to your regular waking consciousness. Hello, everyone. Back again. Fantastic. I'm so happy that all of you joined me. If you want to return to this meditation, you can. It'll be here on my Facebook. But it also, let me know how that was for you. If anybody has any feedback on that meditation and future self. If you did not see your future self, it's okay. Listening to my words, and I am not visual, I don't see, but I have the thought of my future self, and it's empowering. You don't have to judge how it came across for you, but trust that. If you want to listen to this again and again, go to the recording, or it's on my YouTube channel, Rene, Brent, Hypnosis. And I am excited about seeing all of you next Friday at 2 p.m. And we'll do a new topic and a new meditation. And I wish all of you well. Stay in the driver's seat. You got this. Contact me if you need anything, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye.